Welcome to Mash on This, Mashable's daily culture and entertainment show that gives you tomorrow's biggest news stories today. I'm still your host, a Chad Myers that died from taco seasoning, also known as Dory Greenberg. On Mash on This, we give you a quick rundown of what we think is the best the internet has to offer. So be sure to tell us what you think in the comments. We'll get to the end of the show. We love to hear them, so don't be shy. Let's get into it now, shall we? The White House is currently filled with so many old, white, crotchety men that it's no wonder they need to write things down in big black marker in order to remember them. We've heard stories about Steve Bannon's ominous whiteboard that lives in his West Wing office, but never has the public been able to get a peek at it. That is, until now. Rabbi Shmuley, a hyper-conservative Breitbart contributor, stopped by Bannon's lair yesterday and accidentally captured the infamous whiteboard in the background of his tweeted pictures. BuzzFeed was able to blow up the picture to get a closer look at what was on it. Wow, it's just that the face is so big, it's unsettling. Anyway, from what we can see, this is a list of President Trump's campaign promises with check marks next to the items that seem to indicate some sort of success. There are the unfortunately familiar priorities like canceling funding to so-called sanctuary cities, implementing new extreme vetting, and getting Mexico to somehow be involved with building a border wall. And then there are the lesser-known, slightly grim goals like complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracker and sunset visa laws so that Congress is forced to revisit and revise. This really paints a picture of a guy who does not want any person that wasn't born in the US of A to come anywhere near this country. Some might call him a xenophobe, but Trump calls him a friend. So hug your foreign loved ones while you still can. Don't you just wish you could treat your body like a Word doc, bolding and italicizing the parts you like about yourself and editing the parts that are a little bit more problematic? Well, there's new technology out there that sort of does that. It's called CRISPR, and it's a molecular tool that acts like a cut and paste tool for our DNA. According to Science Alert, scientists have used CRISPR with mice to target the command center of cancerous tumors, stopping their growth and boosting survival rates. In this new study, CRISPR was aimed directly at fusion genes, which are formed when two genes combine to form a hybrid, resulting in abnormal proteins which often cause cancer or help it grow. Researchers from the University of Pittsburgh were able to engineer viruses that replaced the fusion genes with cancer-killing ones, which were then injected into mice carrying human prostate and liver cancer cells. Miraculously, the tumors reduced in size by up to 30%, no secondary growths were noted, and all the mice survived until the end of the 8-week test. Even though tackling the fusion genes didn't kill off the cancer altogether, the genome approach described in the research should, in principle, be applicable to most human fusion genes. And I'm sure all of us are all for Control-Alt-deleting the cancer from the world. So kudos to these scientists and for the brave mice who graciously lent their bodies to science. There are a plethora of reasons why people decide to cut gluten out of their diet, ranging from the medically necessary, like people with celiacs, to the lifestyle-driven, like Gwyneth Paltrow. But just because these people can't enjoy bread and pasta doesn't mean they should be punished, except that's exactly what happened on a recent flight from Tokyo to Sydney. When a passenger on a 9-hour flight asked for a gluten-free breakfast, he was served one measly, single, lonely banana. To rub even more salt in the wound, the banana came with an unnecessary packet of salt, as well as cutlery and a napkin. The passenger did acknowledge that his dietary needs were technically met, but after shelling out over $2,000 on the flight, you'd think that they would have done a little bit more to make sure this guy had enough food for 9 freaking hours. What do you think about this situation? Is the airline to blame for not properly feeding their customer with special dietary needs? Or should this guy have thought ahead and brought his own meals? Let us know in the comments. If you're a fan of all things small, nimble, and all-around kawaii, then you'll be excited to hear about this recent Kickstarter success. A little-known Shanghai-based company called Unihertz was asking for $30,000 to produce a 2.4-inch smartphone called Jelly Susmo, which also touts 4G LTE support and the promise of nougat software. Within 57 minutes of going live with the campaign, they already met the $30K goal, and has gone on to raise a whopping $124,000 in less than 24 hours. And the donations are still rolling in. For more details about this powerful little phone and how you can get your paws on it, be sure to check out Freya Loba's article on Mashable.com. Sometimes, when you're in a very new or floundering love tango with another person, you'd like to label it with a handy catch-all phrase so it makes you feel like you're not wasting your precious life away with this person. Boyfriend, girlfriend, fork buddy, booty call. There's nothing for the weird limbo status except for it's complicated, which you might as well call dead and buried because it's so damn bleak. But now there is the situationship. If you're somewhere between dating and hooking up, you're in a situationship. Congrats. When she found out about this new term, our very own sex and relationships reporter, Cassie Murdoch, went full tilt Carrie Bradshaw and asked, I had to wonder, is there anything wrong with lingering in the weird middle ground between an emotionalist hookup and the place where there's a discussion about defining labels? According to Cosmopolitan magazine, who unsurprisingly coined the term, there is something wrong with it because normalizing situationships teaches people to lower their expectations and take whatever they can get from a partner because, hey, at least he likes you. And wow, like, who knew that Cosmo could tap into my innermost thoughts from junior year of college? But now that I'm in a long-term loving relationship with my live-in boyfriend, humble brag, I can now appreciate this new term and also rejoice in its demise because why in the hell should you mourn something that wasn't even an official thing to begin with? But what do you think? You think in-between hanging out phase is even worthy of a situationship label? Let us know in the comments. All right, nerds, if you love yourself some Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, then buckle up, Buttercup, because the brand spanking new trailer for The Defenders is here. Take a look.
You have interrupted a citywide investigation. You stole evidence from my crime scene. And you got my one lead killed.
I was trying to help him.
But you didn't.
Jessica Jones, stop talking.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Matthew Murdoch. I'm your attorney.
How does being Harlem's hero allow you to live an actual life?
Right now, I just want to help people.
I think there's someone that you need to meet.
Hey, what are you doing in there? Who are you?
Who are you?
How come you can't be hurt?
What's the deal with that fist? I'm the immortal Iron Fist. You what?
You're on the same side.
You four. The devil of Hell's Kitchen. The smart-ass detective.
We got a problem?
The righteous ex-con.
My bad.
And the kid with the glowing fist.
Yes, I want you to be.
The war for New York is here.
Yes, I know the enemy.
So get your shit together.
The more connections you have, the easier it will be to break you. You look like an idiot.
Short scarf.
We make quite a team.
No.
What are you talking about? Bulletproof. Blind ninja. Whatever it is you are.
Classy.
Pew, pew, pew. Hells to the yeah. This is yet another Marvel Netflix joint, and it is sure to please diehard fans. It's also an opportunity for them to redeem themselves after the lackluster reviews for Iron Fist. The Defenders debuts on Netflix on August 18th, so you have plenty of time to get your cosplay situation in